Hello and welcome and welcome and hello and hello and welcome and hello and happy Monday. Welcome to a sea of red, guys. I know a lot of people were panicking pre-market. I was wetting my pants like the rest of you, but it's one of those things. I think the benefit of getting a little bit older and having a lot of experience and just having gone through a lot of financial ups and downs, both in the stock market, real estate market. I've said a lot of times I started out in real estate very, very young and done everything from rentals to house flipping. That's kind of my primary thing, but I just really, really enjoy stocks. And how I got into talking about Sofi was when this stock went down in the fours. I don't know when it was, like last April. I thought, I love the management here because I had known about Anthony Noto, a huge like NFL guy, have some, people I know who work in NFL teams and different stuff. So it was a really organic way I sort of came to know this stock. I was investing in a lot of SPACs, but just with tiny positions. And then if I thought they were promising, once they, announced a target, I would kind of build out the position. And then this is a position I built out slowly over time. And then when it went down into the fours, I went ahead and, just pounced and like 3x, 4x my position. And when it's gone down, I bought a lot more. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. I want to talk about a few things, but like primarily, guys, I'm looking at management for my cues. They say never, ever, ever trust management. Like just never trust management. They're always lying. They always have sort of a trick up their sleeve. I feel like in this instance, our interests are really aligned with management. I feel like there's no benefit to them to pump the stock other than to make favorable deals with counterparties that help the company. Management has been very forthright about the risks, the challenges. Management has been very conservative. Management has underpromised and over-delivered for several years now. And, people laugh. They're like, well, it's only a 3-year-old company. It's only 14 quarters. But when I look at the chart of Sofi beat the bottom line, beat the top line, I think every single number is green except for one in their history as a public company. And my biological father, Anthony Noto, took over this company less than 7 years ago. They had sales of $300 million. This year, they're probably going to do $2.5 billion. And this 15 to 17% CAGR is just a made up bunch of horse pucky. So I'm all over the place as usual, guys. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I've been limiting my coffee intake, as per doctor's orders. And when I say doctor, of course, I mean J Money, not a lurker. It is, I'm sorry, guys. Where are my manners on a Monday? It's un poco mas. Welcome and hello. Of course, it's Danny Deals. The entire market, guys, sorry to ramble, but I've got all kinds of things going on a Monday. Just had to run and pay somebody, paying different rents, collecting different rents. It's a mess. As you could imagine, I'm not the most organized, administrative, keep it between the lanes, administrative type of guy. I'm kind of more of a creative, more of an idea man, more of a guy who can just come in and mess things up. But anyway, guys, so the stock down 11 cents on the day. That's extremely misleading because pre-market, this thing was all the way down to the fives. I picked up a big chunk of shares last night. I think it was like 1:30 a.m. my time or something like that at around 6:14, 6:13, 6:15, somewhere in there. Bought a few blocks, but I don't know what you guys were doing. I don't know if you were panic selling. I don't know if you were stopped out, but my confidence in Sofi is at an all-time high. And one of the major reasons is because not only the analyst activity I see and how these clowns are kind of rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic for the shorts, but did you guys notice Anthony Noto had a complete personality transplant at the last ER? Have you guys heard me Karening for the last year? Why isn't this guy coming out with a full-throated defense of the company? Why isn't he calling out these analysts for being either lazy or dishonest or both? And they did exactly that. The confidence Anthony Noto displayed, the disdain for these lazy, dishonest analysts and journalists. I mean, he came out and explicitly said, if you bother to do some work and actually look at our company, you will recognize the magnitude of the transition we've made from a capital intensive, risky, purely lending business to a far less capital intensive, far less risky business that's getting, almost half the revenues from financial services and technology. And by the way, we're keeping all of our promises that we made for this business plan, for this blueprint pre-pandemic, although our core business, student loans, was cut out from under us, but they've pivoted, they've developed whole new businesses, they've grown. And Noto's saying, why would we put our foot on the accelerator? Why would we take on risk when the market does not reward, Mr. Market is not rewarding any of our results? Noto is telling you it's manipulation. He's telling you it's shenanigans. He's never said anything like that before. Every single interview he's done, they're like, aren't you disappointed in the share price? It seems like the stock should be going way, way up, but you keep going down into the 4s and 5s and 6s. And he's like, oh no, it's not disappointing at all. We have record adjusted EBITDA. We're growing. We're meeting exceeding all of our analyst expectations. We're doing triple beats and raises. No, I love the fact that the stock sells off. I'm very enthusiastic about it. Adjusted EBITDA. This time he's like, these guys are whack. These guys have no case. These guys are either lazy or they're dishonest because these results speak for themselves. It's like Steven said, it's a mic drop quarter. JP Morgan, 400 million because he's worried of a recession. Yeah, I mean, Bobby Joe, if you saw Bank of America's exposure to these bonds and other issues, you could tell their management is asleep at the wheel. They're just still making a lot of money because they're a money-making machine, because the institutional gravitas, because of how they're set up. I mean, they just make money, but that dying star should be put out of its misery. I mean, they have horrible management. The losses, the write-downs they were taking on bonds were just astronomical. Anyway, I think Buffett is selling because these companies are overvalued. I mean, Bank of America, I bought it at like 28, I think, and then I sold it recently at 40. So I'm fine to play Bank of America. I thought it was undervalued. Now at 40, I thought it was a little bit overvalued because it had gone up like 30% in not too long, like a little bit over a year. So I have nothing against buying and selling Bank of America stock, but the fact is SoFi is taking a massive amount of market share from Bank of America. Anthony Noto knows it. Anthony Noto's talking about what they've accomplished and how the market is just like, what are you looking at? Are you looking at a different company or are you looking at SoFi? One of the things that you noticed in the Kramer interview that I think really pissed Noto off, he's like, listen, 12 of the 13 or 11 of the 12 questions analysts bothered to ask at our earnings call was about the lending business. All they were asking about was the past. All they want to know about is defaults. All they want to do is hit us. They're not asking about the astronomical growth in financial services. They're not asking about what's going on at Galileo. That's why I'm saying a lot of these bears, the bear black box, it's pretend. It's made up. It's like, okay, excuse me for my spittle, guys. I will not apologize for my tone. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello. Maybe I should check in with you guys before I start frothing at the mouth. Maybe I have rabies. So yeah, I'm not super disappointed because I know it's a red candle if you look at a shticken candle chart or whatever, but realistically, this thing was down all the way into I think like 584 or something. So it really came up significantly during the day. It kind of did a hump and then pulled back just a little bit. But this is accumulation, guys. The volume has not subsided. Just right at the opening, I mean, it was like a 9 million candles. So they were maneuvering pre-market, all kinds of things going on here, guys. This is not a normal stock. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I named this video The Miseducation of Anthony Noto, because Anthony Noto is a bullum-headed, corn-fed, all-American kid from the Midwest. He went out, bright-eyed, hadn't been disillusioned. He's like, I'm going to go to Wall Street. I'm going to make $1 billion. You'll see, Mom and Dad. Oh, shucks. And they're like, okay, Tony, good luck. I don't know what parent situation. I'm just blabbering out of my ass. But the point is, like, this guy has made it happen his entire life. He's a winner. SoFi's a winner. SoFi's earned the right to win. And he's just incredulous because he's looking at he's like, we're not being rewarded for the results. And furthermore, they're painting a completely false picture of a company that does not exist. We're not a risky company. And by the way, these defaults, it's like the Chia Pet when he comes out with his note. He comes out with 9 cents EPS estimate for this year, which is like the middle to the high side of guidance of all the other analysts who are averaging like an $8.35 price target. But because he's the most devious and brilliant and manipulative and dishonest gaslighting troll since Kyle Broflovski's dad, the guy, I mean, you have to hand it to the guy. Like, out 4, still 4. It's like, but their EPS is increasing. What's your estimate for 2026? They're saying 55 to 80. He's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the results. It doesn't matter the fundamentals. Whatever happens, I'm going to say I have credit concerns. I'm going to say there's slow growth. He's like, what? You're saying 15 to 17. The actual growth rate's 2022. What gives, Chia Pet? What gives? What's really going on, motherfucker? Oh, I'm fired up, guys. And it's not, people would think, oh, you'd be upset. It's down. Oh, you're crying. Guys, I'm so excited about this fucking stock. I just bought so many shares. If I tell you how many shares I bought in the last week, everybody's going to go, no, you didn't. You're a big, fat, broke turd. All right. I mean, think whatever you want, guys. I have no shares. I'm just, criminally insane. Maybe I'm homeless. Maybe I'm doing this show from a public library. I don't know. Maybe I got this visor, off a dead guy. Maybe it's a Weekend at Bernie's situation. Maybe I'm not even alive. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell people. I own a ton of this stock. This is doing what management says it's going to do. It is like that Denny Green quote. They are who we thought they were. But these analysts are fucking terrible because they affect the price of the stock in the short term drastically. And I know you smart guys who are like Klaus or Birdie or Savage who know your options. I mean, I know some of you turds were selling a lot of puts. So, you bought some shares. Maybe you were happy with those. Maybe you bought them a little higher than you wanted to, but at least you got the premium. You were doing better than folks like me. I bought a lot of shares at 714. I bought more at 707. People are like, aren't you upset? It went way down. I'm like, I'm not upset at all. At all. Institutions are buying SoFi at 12. Most people's average is 8, 10. I have the, even averaging up heavily, my average is still mid 5. So that's without any options profit. That's just straight what it says on the screens. It's not that easy to add up my average. I have shares, I think now 6 different places. I have some shares in my mother-in-law's name. Didn't I tell you not to get anything? Didn't I? It's in my mother-in-law's name, Jimmy. What? I love that car. He's like, don't make me. He loves that car. Hey, sweetheart. It's like, they want to show him just backhanding his woman. Is that Tevis? Is that the real Tevis? Is that the authentic Tevis? I'll do a De Niro for you, buddy, and for Canada. God save the Queen, amigo. It's Freddie Lafitte and his band with the beat. The flesh infection is here. I've got an itch. I knew I had an itch. I knew what it was. I thought it might have been bed bugs, but it's just a good old flesh infection joining us on the broadcast, guys. Welcome and hello and welcome. Thanks for checking in, guys. I mean, Anthony Noto had the nerve to take this company in 6 or 7 years and 8 or 9x sales, drive margins. These incremental margins are incredible. SoFi is making more and more sales, and those sales are going to go to the bottom line. That's a fact. Look at what EBITDA actually is. People want to scoff at EBITDA just because my hero, Charlie Munger thought EBITDA was, phony earnings, fake earnings, fraudulent. It actually makes perfect sense for a company like SoFi that's scaling. It's a perfect metric if you look, and that's not perfect, but it's very telling. It's instructive. It's constructive. It's instructive. It's destructive. Whatever. Oh, guys, I have no idea where I'm going with this broadcast. But the point is, Noto is talking to these moderators, the callers, the analysts, like results matter. Like everybody's on the same page. He's like, didn't you see what we're doing here? Guys, isn't this your job to take a look at these trajectories and do some calculations and do some work and see that our estimates for 2026 are completely sandbagged at 80 cents? And this recession or hard landing or medium landing or bumpy landing or whatever you want to call it is going to be really good for SoFi. The demand for their loans is going to absolutely go insane in 2025. And with fair value accounting, they'll recognize gains right away. You can worry about the back end later, but Noto worries about everything now because Noto is playing chess and the rest of these tools are playing pocket pool. And I've been telling you guys, Hood is garbage. Robinhood is fucking cabbage. Don't talk about my family. What do you mean? Why do you put an extra syllable in family? Is that a Jersey thing? Don't you talk about my family. No, I'm talking about bank fraud, wire fraud. I'm putting you in prison. Oh no. Oh boy, can I do an advertisement for a hair care product from the pen? Maybe. Okay. Anyway, guys, love some Real Housewives. Great programming, great cultural entree into the psyche of the American consumer. Tevis in the house. Welcome and hello, Tevis. Hello and welcome. Of course, we have the great Naughty Lurker, J Money here. He has shaved his head not once, twice, but thrice. We have one of my carpenters checking in. We have my electrician checking in. We have all kinds of people checking in. We have numerous realtors checking in with some opportunities. You know, that's what I love about realtors. They always just have an opportunity for you. Oh, I'm so excited. You see this listing? It's been on the market for like 800 days. It's totally stale. My client won't do a price reduction. You interested? Can you stop calling me? Like, no. My auto dialer calls and I have to do this voice. My boss hits me with a mini bat. He got a Dodger Stadium. He wouldn't let me go because I'm not a closer, not a producer. I haven't closed the property in 3 years. Like, oh, there's so much violence in the real estate industry. People just don't know it. Mostly from those husband and wife teams. The wife just beating the husband viciously with a Dodger Stadium mini bat. You think I'm kidding, folks, but I've seen it. Welcome and hello to Tyson DeFree. Andy Dufresne crawled into a sewer pipe. Free man crawled out the other end covered in poop. He's like, I love that Family Guy deal on what's that movie? Shawshank Redemption. It's crazy. Like Family Guy does some absolutely brilliant stuff. I mean, with racial humor, it's just, I mean, the stuff they do, it's really like from a comedian's point of view. Some of the stuff is just absolutely brilliant, cutting edge stuff. It's like, if it wasn't a cartoon, they'd be winning like tons and tons of awards. And I know they have won awards, but just a huge fan of the writers on that show. Anyway, guys, hello and welcome. I used to be an amateur comedy, wannabe, professional, fourth-rate, D-list turd of a comedy writer myself. Can't carry a note, can't hold a tune, couldn't make a living. What do you mean incoming, not a lurker? I thought I was already ranting. Charted Travel, by the way, congratulations for being first in the comments. You win absolutely nothing. What's going on, Heirloom Cedar? Good to see you. Thank you, Michael. I am a riot. I predict a riot. No, seriously, guys. SoFi is going to go so far up because it is the rate cut stock. SoFi is Walter White. SoFi is the one who knocks. Skylar, you look at me. Who is it that you think you see? I am the danger. I am the one who knocks. He's like, we're out of diapers. Shut the fuck up. Like, Walt Jr. Like, anyway, I don't think she always took him seriously. It's like, anyway, guys, some of my impressions are just not that good, but I think if you watch this show, you already knew that. I don't know, guys. I didn't really have anything to say, but I just wanted to come on because, you know, the markets are just absolutely bloody. But if you want to really look at it, I mean, SoFi came back and held up quite well. The chart is just ridiculous. I mean, it's a dump and a pump. It's market makers. It's mechanics. No retarders saw this thing. I mean, we want rate cuts. We really need the economy to break to get those rate cuts. They're not going to do it. They're not going to go, oh, we're at 3.1, we're at 3. No, they're stubborn. Fed Jerome Powell, look at that coif of hair. Think I have an elf-like hairstyle? Look at Jerome Powell. Whatever happened to that dude? Is that you, Turd, still around? He was like kind of a lanky, like pale guy with a black mustache, and he used to always say like Jerome Powell. He was probably fucking Canadian. He didn't really have a Canadian accent, but all you young fin turders, the fin turd mafia, you guys are all Canadian. What gives, Tevis? How do you get in the club? I cannot even watch the after hours show. I'm a moderator on Tevis's channel. Tanner has had me on his shows like 5 times. I've had Tevis on my show, but they're still squeezing me for the $4. No justice, no peace. I blame Obama. Anyway, guys, Low Country Luton Pawn into house. John Bland Jovi. Good to see you, my friend. I like puns. I really enjoy that. Do you make an effort? No, I have kind of a photographic. I wouldn't say photographic memory. I don't, but I have a really unusually good memory and for numbers and different things. So I remember everything. It's not just movie quotes and stock charts and comparing them. I'm a bit like Rain Man, except a little bit fatter and not as good at math. And I'm not even an excellent driver. I watch Wapner and buy Sofi. We're not going to buy Sofi, Ray. You're going to count cards at blackjack. He's like, the odds of that are still bad, still a little bit risky. Even counting only get 1% advantage. 1% advantage. I watch Wapner. Sofi likely to make 80% move, maybe 120% move. Why play blackjack? Let's go get a couple of prostitutes. Buy Sofi. Watch Wapner. It's like, I like the way you think, Ray. He's like, you're even shorter than they say in the movies. You're even shorter in person. He's like, I'm going to sue you in England. Like, okay. I got my own problems. Sexual harassment. I got issues. Reputation taking a hit toward the end of my career. Very sad. No, was that Dustin Hoffman or Richard Dreyfuss who was caught up in some allegations, allegations, and things left unsaid? Sometimes there's like, I can't remember, guys. I'm not casting aspersions on anybody, but somebody I remember is like, it was like, this is like the whole Me Too thing. And a lot of this stuff that had been going on in Hollywood forever. And these guys had just thought was like normal practice. Like they got called out on a lot of this, skeevy bullshit they did a long time ago. Like, I didn't know it. You kids. Oh, man. Anyway, guys, I don't know what I'm talking about. My brain is mush. Started looking at the market, pre-open and was just busy yesterday, and then the sea of red comes, the Nikkei crashes and Europe's crashing, and the Nazi. Wouldn't it be more palatable if these market crashers were narrated by like an Australian outback tour guide who had lost friends to the Nazi? Oh, Shana. I can't even do this bit. It's so shitty. It's like a Crocodile Dundee meets some kind of Shakespeare. It's literally a horrible bit. I've had entire audiences get up and walk out when I start doing my Australian trapper bit. It's fucking garbage. Been doing that bit for like 25 years, and it's not getting any better. I cannot give up on bits like I cannot give up on stocks. If I think it's funny, like if I think Sofi is undervalued dramatically, everyone else in the world, as long as Noto and me think it's undervalued, I don't give a fuck what the rest of you guys think. And I don't care a bunch of you broke ass basic bitches buy shares. Everybody's like, you're here pumping. You're here to make money because you can't make money in the markets. You're a big fat asshole. Okay. Anyway, guys, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but no, I'm not here to make money. I don't care what any of you do. None of us can move markets. You'd sell all your fucking shares tomorrow and go fuck yourself. I don't care. I don't make any money from this. I'm just ranting so the missus doesn't have to hear me. Walk out the door. Could you imagine listening to this guy all the time, come home with all this angst? Just blowing off steam. You guys can sell all your Sofi and go jump off the nearest bridge. No, don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what you guys do. Do whatever you want. A lot of people sell, people buy and sell stocks all the time. And I know this is just another stock. I just think it's just really good company. I think it's unique. I think this tech and the student loan, this unique position they have, I think they have unique growth drivers. And the total addressable market, like the brilliant and Canadian boyish Tanner always says, he's a total addressable market investor. If all things being equal and you have millions of or thousands of different companies to choose from, there's a lot of them are high quality. Why wouldn't you go for something that has this giant market they can take? And the beautiful thing about SoFi in this financial services, banking, they don't even have to blaze a trail. The market's there. They just built a better mousetrap and they're doing a better job and they're taking market share. They're growing their organic brand recognition. They're driving the margins where they want it. These incremental margins. Incremental margins. I mean, look at the models. Look at what they're showing you is going to happen. Okay, the Chia Pet just came out and increased his EPS 2024 estimate from, I think, 8 cents to 9 cents. And SoFi management's telling you, don't even pay any attention to the low side of their guidance. It's absolute garbage. Don't even look at it. Look at the high side of guidance, 80 cents. And then look at what's going to happen to demand once these rate cuts come in. Look at the quality of their customer. Look at where they are saying they are in this RFP onboarding process with different tech clients. I said, I wish the tech client explosion was last quarter, but it wasn't. Maybe it's next quarter. Maybe it's Q4. But one thing is sure as shit. It is definitely going to be before 2026 to get to those EPS estimates and to get to those margins they're talking about. Why don't you trust management? Why? They're delivering every single thing they say and they're executing like Greek gods or something. I mean, Noto, you could see how frustrated he is because all his logic is saying, this Morningstar fair value 13, like these analysts, any analyst that's done any homework with us, gone to an analyst day, asked us questions like this company is not a black box. It's very straightforward. Analysts like the Chia Pet, like the bologna sandwich, they want to make it into a black box. Like it's like an airplane crash and they're going to the bottom of the ocean. They have to retrieve the black box to see what happened because SoFi is such a mystery. It's so opaque. How does lending work? How is SoFi making so much net interest margin? Why isn't their loan book falling apart? Hello, Chia Pet. It's your buddy, the bologna sandwich, the 5-head. Hey guys, I had a little free time. They're showing a drive-in movie on my forehead. I thought I'd give you a call. Like, how does our price target make any sense? We keep reiterating these price targets, but we're sort of agreeing with all the other analysts at the trajectory of the earnings per share, and they think the stock is worth 10 or 11 or whatever. I mean, if you have some sandbagging sack of shit like the guy from KBW, what happened to the parrot, Michael Perito? What happened to that guy who came out with that New Year's surprise hit on SoFi combined with a massive short attack? Coincidentally, right? In my opinion, right? Allegedly, right? No, I'm not a lawyer, folks. I don't know what's legal and what's not legal, but I just know it's very unusual for an analyst to come out after a New Year's holiday on the first day of trading. It's big dramatic downgrade, and then this just some nothing analyst like a Michael Perito at KBW. Nobody even knows who that fucking outfit is. And he just sinks the whole world. And the stock just, just this massive coordinated move, all precipitated by him. And then this other Duschenstein, Midwest Values at Morgan Fudley, he comes out and just keeps hitting the stock. So I don't know. He has an axe to grind, but I think Morgan Fudley owns a stock like KBW, this Tim Switzer. Like I said, I don't know what happened to Michael Perito. I hope he's all right, but this guy's like a total rookie. He's never rated anything before. 20 total ratings. It's just ridiculous. Like this isn't the B team they put on SoFi. This is people who just aren't even in the industry. They don't care about their reputation. Like this guy Needham, he came out and reiterated just because this guy reiterated. Like 3 days, they both rated the stock 3 days apart. And then this Manyi Lu from DBS comes back with $11 in a buy. Citibank with a buy. Mizuho, 12 in a buy. And then you just have the FUD brigade. Bill Ryan with Seaport Global. He's at 0 cents EPS last quarter. So he's wrong. He came out with that reiteration or that I don't know what you call that, like re-estimate. I'm searching for the right words, guys, but I haven't eaten anything today, and I've stuck to my goddamn 2 cups of coffee. It's not easy. The things I'll do for Princess J, but by God, she's worth it, and then some, million times over. It's not for you, not a lurker, J Money. But seriously, thanks for moderating the show. Always appreciate it. Steady as she goes. Like if you want somebody to show up on time and do a job, the guy's not a lurker. Yeah, his comments sometimes get a little, hamster on crack, out of control when he's dealing with the Canadians, but he gets excited. The missus lets him have a double scoop of ice cream down at the Thrifty Drug or whatever the fuck you guys have in Jersey. And he gets that sugar in him. And he just starts commenting. His keyboard almost lights on fire. Oh, it's stuff of legend. It's like Large Marge coming down the pass. Anyway, guys, tell him Large Marge sent you. If you guys ever seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure, that was another guy got in, remember him childhood, Pee-wee's Playhouse and all that stuff, and then learn as an adult, guys doing weird stuff allegedly. Oh God, is there anybody out there not doing weird stuff? I'm not. I don't know. Dude, people are just like Hollywood, LA, the whole thing is just so fucked. It's like unbelievable. A lot of people have Teslas. Boy, Tesla took a huge hit. Everything took a hit, guys. I mean, let's face it. If you look at the valuations on these tech companies, it's just totally out of control. They're not making that much money. They're not worth that much money. I mean, look at a stock like Affirm. It's getting beat up. I mean, that company, I don't think they're ever going to make any money. People are making so much hay of their deal like Apple and Amazon. Apple and Amazon can build buy now, pay later themselves with their eyes closed. Amazon has payments. Apple has payments. It's not difficult to do. They're not going to cede ground if it has great value. It's like if you guys have ever seen a Alaskan gold mine with Parker Schnabel. Old Parker Schnabel. Oh, if you don't know old Parker Schnabel, let me spin you a yarn. These fucking guys, they have these claims up in Alaska, and his grandfather had a claim. So basically, it's not like the movies where you're panning for gold and you find a giant gold nugget or you find a vein of gold. In most gold mining, that's not how things work. You just move as much dirt as you can through your sluice system, your sluices. You want to get one of those big rotating sluices like that Swedish guy built or whatever, Tony. You gotta give my $4 million on to shoot you in the face. My wife over here, big ball buster. He's like, I'll get you your money, Tony. I got $8 billion worth of gold. This fucking guy's carrying around big coolers full of gold dust. But anyway, so you run as much gold through. And the point is, some ground is rich in gold. You get $30 per yard, and other ground is poor in gold. So you get $10 per yard. So it's not so much what you're doing, but it's where you're doing. I totally forgot where I was going with this whole Alaskan gold miner analogy. I apologize, guys. I need seriously a double espresso. Stat, my secretary. Hello. Oh wait, I don't have a secretary. Oh, woe's me. When are they going to give me an assistant? Anyway, guys, I'm totally running out of steam. I'm just flatlining, crash and burn. If you've ever heard of the Hindenburg, exactly. Anyway, let me take a look at some of your comments, kind of get my thoughts straight. But I was just talking about these analysts. It's like the black box. It's not actually complicated. SoFi's business activities are profitable. Amazon and Apple, they're willing to give that ground, that sort of gold poor ground to a firm and let them grind it out. That's why Amazon and Apple make massive amount of cash flows every fucking quarter, and a firm just continues to burn money because they're fucking garbage. Oh, I hate you guys. I hate you with a passion. Can you help me out here, Lorraine? You look like a reasonable person. Oh. What about this fucking Mark DeVries? He looks like an offensive lineman at an Ivy League school. He's probably a slightly deformed head and face, but probably 180 IQ. Some smoking hot wife, bunch of genius kids. But Mark DeVries, can I ask you a question? Can I parle with you? Can I holler at you? Can I holler at you? Come on, Mark. Let's talk, buddy. Let's talk honestly, off the record, ass face. How do you have an $11 price target on SoFi and a hold with 70% upside on the stock? How would you not advise your clients, your followers, your social media following, your OnlyFans subscribers to your non-nude site, of course? I'm not talking about your tasteful nudity. You do what you want. Reminds me like the George Costanza episode where he's trying to go back and forth with the photo processing girl. He ends up sending some risque photos to a burly African-American gentleman who was interested. But anyway, how do you have an $11 target and you're not a buy? 68.2% upside. I don't get that. If you really think the stock's worth 11, I mean, how are you not a buy on the stock? I don't get it. But anyway, I mean, I still appreciate the fact that he's a hold at 11. That's still positive for me because it is a massive amount of upside. But I just don't get some of these calls. Like Citibank, what's your price target? Who knows? Like Seaport Global, what's your price target? Who knows? Bill fucking touchdown. Bill Ryan has just been rating the stock like willy-nilly. Like, what could his hold do you? The guy has no valid notes. He's just decreasing EPS estimates to 0. I don't know, guys. I don't even know who Bill Ryan is. I didn't bother trying to find a photo to make fun of him. He's probably way better looking than me, way smarter, way better career. But just F you, buddy. Take a stand. Stand for something. Oh, a hold with no target. Yeah, what a fucking gutless, weak-kneed, milquetoast bullshit call is that, you useless fucking sack of shit. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm sure Bill's a wonderful guy, good family man. It's just hyperbole. It's just puffery. Just trying to, it's just for show, guys. It's just for show. I'm sure Bill's a fucking great guy, as is Jeffrey Adelson, Midwest Values. They had some actual analyst on that. She was really famous for this sector, and they went and fucking dragged this guy out of the back, put him together out of spare parts from some fucking wrestling school and short bus, and they bolted his neck on, and he just does whatever they say. I mean, he bookends calls with KBW. I mean, there's no way this is a fucking $6 company, much less a $4 company. Oh no, the company's doomed. They're only going to grow at 17% this year. No, we're not. We're going to grow like 23, 24%, bitches. You basic fucking bitches. And we'll just sit back and watch the rest of these fintechs decompose, mama, like we's at Belle Isle. Mr. Fletcher, like, good thing they didn't kill Fletch. Ham, what was that guy's name? Ham, and Fletch lives. He's buying this toxic waste infested. He inherited this thing from his aunt. Anyway, guys, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's see if Not a Lurker has anything for me. Sorry, guys, I have to answer this very, very quickly. Let me just give you guys a check of the live short interest. Sorry, I haven't done that. I get to ranting, guys, get hopped up on U2 and Pez, and it's just not a pretty picture. Anyway, I just had to send a really quick text. Apologies, guys. Got a lot of bullshit going on. A lot of work. Mondays are always extremely busy, but just wanted to jump on with you guys. Let me get a check. They're saying 16.72. I also apologize for this nose hair situation. Just did not have a chance to do a proper trim this morning. And as you know, if you're getting to be a man of a certain age, places you don't want hair, such as your ears, your nose, your toes, your second knuckle, they get hairy. It's not a pretty picture. They dip me in Nair. I got a 55-gallon drum of Nair on the way, but the problem is when they dip me in, you got a flabalanche on your hands and all the Nair goes out. It's like when I get in the hot tub. In that goddamn hot tub, I just got too much surface area. Not too much surface area. I got too much volume. I have too much volume and I have too much surface area. It's not an either-or situation here, douchebags. I'm big. I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, assholes, I don't know why I'm cursing at you guys so much. My apologies. Lo siento. I beg you 1,000 pardons. It's just one of those days, guys. It's not, and believe me, it's not that SoFi. I feel fucking fabulous, fantastic. When I think about SoFi, I do jazz hands, because this fucking stock is so undervalued. And I just had the chance to buy a bunch of it at like 613, 614. I mean, anybody in their right mind would pay $10 for this stock. The opportunities these short wing, half-ass, 2-bit market makers are providing for us is just, I believe this really could be a generational buy. I mean, here, I don't know that Anthony Noto is going to be able to get this stock to $45 by like 2027. That's hugely ambitious. that'd be like a 7 or 8x in 3 years. That usually does not happen. This certainly doesn't happen to an asshole like me and a bunch of schlub piker douchebags like yourselves. What do you got? You guys are a bunch of sit and go players. You trust me. You guys have played a free sit and go in your day. You tried to take that thing down for like a free roll into a douchebag tournament. Block everybody, Alberto. Block them all. Shut this down. Block me. If you don't have permission, I'm going to give you permission to absolutely block me because I deserve it. I should be blocked. Let not a lurker take over. If we do an instructional shed, I swear to fucking God, I could do the greatest video in the history of YouTube, like 100 funny impressions, 10 funny jokes. I would still get my 1,000 views, $0, no money. If we did an instructional head shaving video with not a lurker and just made it funny, I'd get like 300 million fucking views. Because, you know, it's like, to paraphrase Sheryl Crow, like, this world is not high on intellectualism. You know, I've never shacked up with a vending machine repairman, thank God. I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. Let's see if anything Vortex has to say. Then I'm just going to check in with this quick article. Great article here by Prop Notes. They have been waiting to go from sort of a hold to a bullish stance on Sofi, and they finally turned the corner. I'll tell you why. It's because Anthony Noto's personality transplant. The guy's so confident. He's saying, can you guys not see what we're doing here? What we have done here, what we've accomplished here? How is the market not pricing? How is this GARP? How are you giving us a reasonable valuation for our growth? How are you giving us a reasonable valuation for our pivot? Everything we've accomplished. The fact that we've been able to do all this, grow the top line while getting profitable and maintaining profitability. And we're telling you we're going from 1 cent to 4 cents. You can see why it's stalled, guys. We've been 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent basically for 3 quarters. The EPS is stalled. It's about to explode in your face. It's about to hit you upside the head like a freaking dry salami. One of those big ones they have in the deli. It's like, how do you carry that thing? Like a 5-foot salami. If you've never been hit by a cold salami, you haven't lived, guys. Anyway, oh my God, I have so many people here just texting me. I have no idea what these people want. Probably 90% of them want money because that's all anybody ever wants, right, Billy Jack? How you doing, my friend? How things up in Texarkana? The Arkansas arsehole. That was a professional wrestler. He used to work the circuits out of Texarkana. He was to wear one of them Siglets. Once split up the middle. Unfortunate manure spitter accident. Katie Wentworth is here. She's late. Shame on you, Katie. But seriously, welcome and hello, guys. Hello and welcome and hello. I got to bail out of this thing relatively soon. This broadcast is just absolutely terrible. But I would like to say welcome and hello to you turds that have the courtesy to join us here today. Just very quickly, of course, we saw if Mr. Nobody. I'm not in a hurry, Mr. Nobody. I saw the ER. I read the ER. I've gone in depth. I've talked to people who know. I've listened to Noto. I've listened to, the smartest guy in the room, the big sexy Fred Flintstone, Stephen Fiorio. Great to see him back on, with the boys, Tevis and Tanner the other day. I love Roy. Great. I like Deadliest Catch Chris when he's not fishing for opies and king crabs. He tries to get on there and do his thing, mostly on X. All of them are great, but I'm just been a big Steve fanboy since I discovered the Canadian turd mafia that actually runs everything. Some of these. Anyway, guys, I won't go there. I had a really distasteful joke. But anyway, Ether Between Us is here. Colombian Kingpin is here again with his distinguished hairline. Colombian Kingpin looks like he could lead a coup with that hairline and glasses. Very distinguished, very distinguished. I bet the military would listen to everything he said. They say, Commandante's hairline is in charge now. It's like, okay, fuck it. Why does their whole military sound like Ricky Ricardo? I don't know. Guy's probably from fucking Van Nuys or something. Anyway, Jeff Presley, guys, don't consider my idiotic stereotyping offensive, please. I'm just joking, guys. I love fucking people, all kinds of people. You could be squishy, you could be a fucking I don't know what's like the thing I could think of. You could be like a little person, gay, I don't know, everything in the book. a mix of races. And if you're a fucking nice person, dude, I'll be your best friend. Like, I don't care. I don't care what people do. I've lived enough that I just really try not to judge people. As long as they're like decent and kind and honest, I don't care. Like, I don't really give a fuck what you look like or what you do or what makes you happy or who makes you happy. I just don't feel that's my place to judge. So I got enough problems of my own with how I do shit and treat people that I got stuff to work on. When you have nothing at all to work on, by all means, start judging everybody else. You know, I think there's some shit about that in the Bible. You know, like, don't be an asshole. Don't be a judgmental prick. Nobody likes it, especially not Jesus. What would Jesus do? Be a judgmental prick? Negative, Ghost Rider. Anyway, I don't want to make this thing about politics or religion, yet I do. What are you going to do? I'm a huge turd, guys. Jeff Presley, the great Jeff Presley, is here. I believe I loved him on 90210, and he only gets better with time. He finally got his notification. You just had to turn on the goddamn notification, Jeff. I've had notifications on the whole time. What's up, Not a Lurker? What's up? Jeff is here. Jeff and Not a Lurker dominating the comments. Air Force is here with his big eyes. I think Air Force, were you the guy selling the puts? I don't know. Some of you guys said you were selling puts, but then once it goes down, probably most of you turds will just say you were only selling calls. But I'm not going to go back and look. I don't give a fuck. Who cares, guys? I lost money today. We all lost money today. It's no shame in admitting it. But no, some of you guys that played options just right, and we're selling calls, doing all that stuff. You might have done quite well today. I personally did not do quite well today. So that's my truth, guys. I'm just living my truth. I'm living my best life. I'm doing the best I can. I got Andy Dufree here. Tyson Dufree, pardon me. I got my glasses so as I can see. I got a face for radio, Tyson. Listen, you'll be better off. Benji, what's up, Benji? Good to see you. By the way, guys, we got to talk SoFi Hall of Fame. When am I going to get to do this fucking rock opera? I wrote this rock opera off, parody songs. I was starting out with, what's that? Black Parade. I was moving into Spack in the Middle with You. I was moving into Billy Joel with Chamath Be Right, Chamath Be Crazy. I was moving into some, who is that? What's that band? No, that's not Pearl Jam. Who is that? Well, yeah, that is Pearl. I think I was trying to do Daughter by Pearl Jam on student loan cancellation. God, this is terrible. You guys won't believe I'm sober when I do this, but I am. It's ridiculous because I'm unfortunately, not fortunately, but unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. If you like to party, if you like to have a good time, I'm sober now all the time. Getting old, though, it's boring. But anyway, drinking was boring too. Everything's boring. You guys bore me. I hate you guys. So yeah, it was a student loan bid into Daughter by Pearl Jam. Then I went into Live, market crashing, the student loans die, the payments fall to the floor, management opens their eyes, Noto has a surprise. This fucking thing is quality, guys. I was going to make a complete idiot of myself. I was going to do this whole thing live, but the beat's never good enough. They're not giving me Beats by Dre. They're giving me Beats by Noto. It's 1 cent. Beats by Dre, where he comes in with that Italian guy from Sony BMG or whatever, and they give him like $2 billion. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips because Dre just got $2 billion. He got pretend shot in his ass, allegedly. Why does somebody want to pay me $2 billion for some stupid bullshit? Because I'm not handsome like Ryan Reynolds and I don't have abs. Oh, you motherfuckers. I hate you guys. I really don't know what I'm talking about today. It's just, but I'm so excited about the SoFi stock, how that thing came back. It's a fighter, guys. This stock's a fighter, and I love a fighter. It's like Creed said in Office, like, let's fight him like we did in the old days. And Michael's like, not sure what old days you're talking about, but I'll talk to corporate. He's like, okay. Like, you got to love that character, Creed. Just a random. So Upstart was up just a tiny bit, and then Affirm got douched for 5 points. Palantir actually came back quite nicely. They were down, I think, 7-8 points at one point. I think Affirm was down 12 points. So everything came back pretty strongly. But, the fact that Affirm and SoFi have basically the same market cap, I mean, to me, it's just ridiculous. Affirm is a garbage business. It's a one-trick pony. it's basically installment loans on, people living in trailer parks trying to buy Peloton bikes. It's a ridiculous exercise in stupidity to buy this company. Their market cap's $1 billion more, just because all it is, here's 3 words for you. You can keister. You can shove right up your keister. AI, Amazon, Apple. Fuck you. That's 4. That's 4 and 5. The fuck you was 4 and 5. I mean, Bally Gifford reduced their stake. Who is that? They sound like they make weight loss products. Hello, it's me with Kathy Lee Gifford. He's like, fucking Regis. Oh, it's phenomenal at making money. I'm 98 years old. Fuck. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I apologize. My apologies. I won't apologize for my tone. I will apologize for my content and lack of sort of logical progressions with anything I say. But guys, you hear the frustration in Noto's voice. I'm not frustrated because they keep delivering. I would be frustrated if I was him. I can just wait for the market to get to these multiples where I think they're going to hit $1 in 2026. I think demand for their products is going to absolutely explode. But Noto's there every day doing the work. I was listening to an interview or reading an interview with him where he was talking about how I was terrified every single day I was going to be the schmuck who bankrupted the NFL. That's how I approached my job. And every day I went in there and I overachieved and I exceeded expectations. I oversaw one of the biggest, phases of growth in NFL's history because I'm a fucking winner. And these analysts from KBW and Morgan Fudley and Wedbush and Compass Point, they're all losers. They're all haters. That's what Anthony Noto said. I think I was dreaming at this point or fantasizing or maybe, high on one of those things where you go in the teepee and they give you like some chaka or like, who's that guy who's always trying to do that? Aaron Rodgers, that pseudo-intellectual moron. He's like, I might have took the vaccine, but I might have not had. You know what I mean? Might have a little natural immunity. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to, but just tell us. Like, we're your teammates. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Chicken wing. He's like, no. And I went down to Peru and did some drugs down there in the teepee. Feel much better. Like, I'm hosting Jeopardy now. Like, I don't know, dude. That guy's not nearly as smart as he thinks he is. Anyway, whatever, who gives a fuck? The guy's printing money hand over fist, and I think Brett Favre's in trouble though, maybe with his foundations. Brett Favre is doing some shit with his foundations, maybe not most appropriate, allegedly. I don't know what's going on. I'm certainly not a lawyer, certainly not casting aspersions toward anyone with money to hire lawyers, certainly not. If you can't do nothing about it, I'll make fun of you. But if you have money to hire lawyers, I ain't gonna make fun of you. This ain't financial advice, turds. This is comedy. It ain't comedy gold either. It's comedy turds. Comedy turds on a Monday. Come and get it. Serving them lukewarm, folks. Nothing better. Air Force is here. Benji is here. I already talked to you. Clap, my dog, is here. He already hit the like. He's a premature button clicker. Oh, I hit the button. Lorraine, always lurking, always waiting for more. Thanks for being here, Lorraine. I think Lorraine is working her way into a Hall of Fame position. Guys, I didn't really have anything to say from the start of this piece of crap, so I'm going to go ahead and get off. But just looking at the chart, I don't think this is all bad. Okay, we found support again down here. And then it's recovered already, closing above this line. And then it's really tried to come back and grab the 50-day both days. Didn't quite get there today, but I think it's going to regain this line, go up. SoFi is the ultimate rate cut play. Noto keeps saying that. LaPointe keeps saying that. We're better positioned than anybody. Demand is going to explode. Student loans, home loans, they can be very selective on personal loans. They can be extremely selective on credit cards. Everybody's going to need SoFi. They're going to come to SoFi. It's like Godfather. You guys want to hear a horrible Godfather impression? If you came to me with respect, these men who hurt your daughter will be suffering this very day. But you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and ask me to do murder. And this I cannot do. And you don't even show respect to call me Godfather. You don't think to. I haven't seen you. I can't even remember these quotes. Godfather, please help me. Get out, see what I can do. We got Clemenza probably stuffing his face with a fucking cannoli, that fat bastard. Anyway, guys, I got to bail out of this thing. This is horrible. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But Lorraine might be a Hall of Famer. Colombian Kingpin, his hairline. His hairline's in the Hall of Fame already. We might get the rest of them there if we can. Clap, my dog. I don't have branded attire. Clap my dog. I can give you a little Sofi cowbell for the kids. The kids love that for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you got. Kwanzaa, I don't give a fuck. Administrative Professionals Day. Benji straight held up like a boss. I'm proud of Sofi today. I'm proud of Anthony Noto. I'm proud of Chris Point. I'm proud of Liz Young. I'm proud of Derek White. I'm proud of the entire team. I might even be slightly proud of Jeremy Rochelle. Old sell Rochelle. Old dump shares on your chest, Rochelle. Old, hey, what's that smell? I'm gonna sell Rochelle. Anyway, fuck me, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. Air Force here. I don't have time to read the rest of your comments. If frankly, I don't have the inclination. I'm bored with everybody and I hate everybody. And that's really all I've got today. So I hope you guys have a great night or a horrible night or whatever. I don't care. As long as you don't like and subscribe, I don't care what you do. I would like to thank Not a Lurker, J Money. I would like to thank myself because frankly, I make this whole show up in my head and I do it on the spot and I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's interesting. I don't think it's topical. I don't think it's informative. I certainly wouldn't watch it. I can't watch it. It makes me cringe. And the fact that some of you guys watch it is very perplexing and frightening to me. It leaves me befuddled and confused with why you guys would do such a thing. But anyway, thanks for coming. It's Un Poco Mas. It's the Sofi stock. Don't be scared, guys. No reason to be scared, as we say in the dirty South. My boy Payush, some of these guys down here from Memphis, down here from Nashville, some of these carpetbaggers, guys. The stock's just where it was, like it's above where it was. And they're like July 8th, the stock was $6.14. Thing recovered hard. I'm not that worried, guys. The ER was great. The next ER is going to be amazing. I don't know what shorts want to do. Ortex says they've been returning shares as fast as they can. Running just as fast as we can. I'm proud of you, Jabroni Brains. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Leo Longevity's here. Billy Jack's here. Guys, I really appreciate you coming. Thanks a lot. It's Un Poco Moss. Thanks, Alberto Bertiavlez. Thanks, Not a Lurker. Thanks, Princess J. I really appreciate you guys. Hope everybody has a great night. Peace. I'm out.